Presented by RomulusIT.com, offering remote support for common computer problems. So do you think then, just based on that, do you believe that there is a media bias, left or right?
Oh, look, I forget who put it together, but someone put a media map together. I think it was the John Solomon from Just the News that categorized different media outlets. I forget who did it, but look, there's media on both sides. So, you know, is there an overall media bias? I can only go off my own experience back in the 80s when I worked for a head of state here in Australia. I went to a pub, hotel for people in the international audience, but we went to a pub. And that pub was the pub where the drinkers from a Murdoch publication went. And at the time I was working for a person called Nick Greiner, who ended up becoming Premier of a state, New South Wales, here in Australia.
I want to say you're down at the Star or something along those lines, down in Surrey Hills.
Oh, I'm not saying which one it was. Not far from there. But when they found I was introduced by a particular journalist, this was in 1986, 85. And when they figured out who I was, the journalist formed a circle around me and started spitting on me and calling me names that are related to the female anatomy. Now, I was all of 24, 23, 24. I was scared shitless. Plus, I was just dumbfounded. I was in such a state of shock of being spat on by journalists. So is there bias? Well, clearly at that stage there was. Is there bias today? There's bias in everything today. Is it more left-leaning than right-leaning? It's hard to say. And this is my belief why it's hard to say, my reasoning for that. Yeah, I can watch Sky News here in Australia, and it's very right of centre. I can watch Fairfax Press, it's very left of centre. So who I choose to watch is really up to me. So I can get my feed either from the right or left, and I get my feed from both sides because I have to, because that's the realm that I work in.
This episode is brought to you by Romulus IT, offering fast, affordable remote support for common computer problems, including troubleshooting, health checks, virus removal, and software support. Visit RomulusIT.com to get your computer back on track.